Hey everyone, thank you for attending this session. I'm wondering where are you attending from? So if you can write the country you're attending or the location that you're attending from, would be excellent. In a minute, we will get started with the R.AI presentation. The presentation will consist of few explanation of the concept, how the AI and automation logic works with Revit. Hey, great to see that BIM guy from USA, Adnan from Morocco, Panama, Colombia. Yeah, great. Those two names are familiar. Okay, so we will be also diving in deeper into understanding how this tool works and what was the concept behind it, in order to understand what was the reason for the first place to create this such a tool, and what this tool aims to resolve, and what problems it's solving. So we will just get started with the problems that made us to start with this tool. After helping so many architects, so many different professionals, firms across the globe and in the US, we realized there are a lot of common problems, and these problems are error resolution and troubleshooting, enhancing user efficiency, automating repetitive tasks, the boring tasks that you have to do it again and again, challenges in the collaboration. This could be communication, this could be real-time work, also custom data and model management. How do you manage the data and how do you manage the models? These were, like, we listed a few over here, but we have a huge list. All the people who were really interested in R.AI were also sending, confirming the problems that they're willing to solve. So I would like to also start a chat further to see what are your main expectations? What are you trying to solve? What are the problems that you're having? So we can have a bit of two-way understanding, so I can know exactly from the audience what you're looking for. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe we can make it. I don't think we will make. I think this will be about 30 minutes overall, so maybe we can make it till the end. Okay, so it would be great to see if you have been facing any problems. Just feel free to write them throughout the presentation as well. But I will just keep moving. So the goal here is that how can we get people, when they work live, to have a virtual assistant right next to them, an AI, a bot that helps you to maintain company standardization and firm know-how. And this is very important because how many times you have been repeating the same things again and again to different users, and it didn't add anything to you. It's just taking more and more time from you, and you keep doing this in a traditional way until you retire. So we want to enhance this by creating a company knowledge base and a database to extract information directly in your live workflow. So here are a few things to think about. If a user gets a lot of errors, we can always create some database. We can extract the user workflow, what errors, how many errors, the consistency of the amounts, the statistics. We can extract those information. But the goal here, the goal of the R.AI is not really to extract just a backend information. We want to help the users with resolving those errors. So for instance, if they face with errors few times, the tool tells you, hey, you're doing this error again and again. The integrated BIM doesn't model in this way. We don't, for example, clash the walls with the floors this way. We have to join them. Or it could be, if you just, for example, try to export a CAD, just as a basic example, it says in integrated BIM, we don't export CADs. If you want to proceed forward, you can, but we don't do it because it will duplicate all these XYZ like text, line styles, and everything. Or if you're trying to duplicate just as simple as edit type and duplicate a text, it will warn you saying that you already have similar text, similar size. Do you want to merge? And if you just click on merge, it will merge those. So it's literally errors, warnings. It tries to guide you to resolve those right away, rather than waiting for them, waiting until it gets a lot, hundreds or thousands of warnings, and you don't do anything, and you wait someone who is more technical to resolve those, but it's not adding as an architect or as a designer to you to keep improving on working with BIM technologies or Revit or having a better modeling quality. Another thing is also understanding how the user works. So again, it's not only about getting the data, as such as how much time the person is syncing, how many per day. We are getting that data as well. That's one thing. But we are looking also from the other side of the coin, from the user side, because this data is useful for the BIM team, for the BIM manager, but for the user, this data doesn't mean a lot. So for the user, what they're interested in, why they're having this, why the syncing is slowing down, why they're having these errors, what are the issues, and that is the exact problem that we are trying to solve. For example, if you realize that your syncing is slowing down, what the tool is doing is that it's extracting data saying that 2 days ago it was syncing all fine. Suddenly it's syncing slower because you did XYZ functionalities. So maybe you did a lot of grouping, you did a lot of some families that are very heavy. It will extract those components and it will analyze that what could be the potential issues, and it will guide you based on those things in order for you to resolve these issues. And if we have, hi Ibrahim from Sudan, great to hear, great to see you. So if you have these issues, that's exactly what we are trying to make the user to understand where the issues can come from, what is causing it, so they can take immediate actions. The other thing is that how the user is really using the tool. So like what are the activity levels, what tools have been using in the Revit, like during the time that they are using the Revit. So we want to track their productivity side. So how much time they're actually productively using it. Of course, this could be different metrics for different firms. There might be different metrics, but the idea is that we have the kind of a base and we can match for the different firm needs based on the metrics they're looking for. And the idea is that we want to extract the common issues. So once we extract common issues constantly and we feed information, how to solve those, what to eliminate, how to work in the right standards, we are actually creating a better and better and deeper know-how, the knowledge base in the company, in order for the information to remain within the company. So if someone else is joining the company, or you want to train new people, or you want to grow, you have the knowledge base helping you with this process. That's why it's very important for you to have this know-how. Otherwise, this know-how stays only with the people, and there is nothing wrong with the know-how staying with the people. But the issue is that these people have to spend the same time explaining the same things over and over and over again, while these more experienced people could produce a lot more work instead of the newbies or people who are joining the company, trying to adapt the company. So that's what we're trying to speed up. We want to eliminate the wasted time on repeating the same things, and at the same time, how the new users can adapt to a company standardization, to doing the right workflows as quickly as possible, so they are more productive from the start of the time. So the idea here is that we are creating a deeper knowledge. So if you are doing certain things, if you are facing with certain issues, if you ask tickets, if you send tickets, and if you ask for some questions and they are being resolved, though everything that's being resolved, everything that's being improved, everything that's being commented on, anything to do with the standardization, know-how, knowledge, how-tos. Everything is built in a database, where this database is also, R.AI is using this database directly. So, and this database is keep being improved all the time. So once you have this standardization in the company, and this is a continuous improvement. So in the beginning, there will be a little bit more work if you've never done something like this. Most of the time we realize that companies never paid attention to this. They have some video tutorials or some PDFs all around, but they don't have centralized database where the information can be pulled from. And once we create this database, the great thing about it is that with time, this database becomes amazing. When I say amazing, the idea is that it has all the firm needs, like like the needs of the firm. So if you do things in a particular way, it is right in there. And as you work live in Revit, literally the R.AI informs you, hey, we don't do this way, we do it this way, we do that in that particular way. And if you can ask even some commands for it to make it as well. So it's literally right next to you, like a virtual person, a virtual manager, helping you, guiding you to do things the right way. So I see Ronald from Peru. Let me see some chat. Alexis asking, how does it create a knowledge base? Does it send data to a central database that can be queried? So data, like for R.AI to work, we already have a database directly. When you, the thing is that the R.AI is only available for our clients, and we create a database for our clients. So if they already have a database, we can just use their database or combine it with with something that's, if their database is suitable for R.AI, of course. If their database is not suitable for R.AI, then we take the data and pull into our database for R.AI to function. So that is it cannot be just, it should be something that can be a database that can work with AI. Otherwise, if you just have some text or some information that cannot work with machine learning, it won't function as needed. So I would like to understand, like, do you have problems with managing, onboarding new team members? So is there anyone from the audience having this issue, like to educate those people, making mistakes, trying to keep up, eliminate those mistakes? And the idea over here, the mistakes, of course, you learn by making mistakes. It's not that no one will do any mistakes by using these technologies. That's not the goal. The goal is, how can we be more productive? So of course you can make mistakes, but you can learn from mistakes, but then someone else needs to identify those mistakes, and then you need to change it anyway, and the project progress. So which means you need to change maybe a lot of design changes, or maybe there's something wrong with the code compliance that it will have a kind of a chain effect. So the idea is that the tool is right next to you, helping you to eliminate and be more productive at all times. The importance of structured knowledge base. So why do we have a structured knowledge base that can work with AI? So the knowledge base has to have multiple materials. This is, we of course want to rely on chatbot, but it's also sometimes the users want to get a little bit more information on like kind of a video materials or visual materials, because architects or designers in general, because there will be, like, as I see, like Abraham is engineer. So as a designer, some people are more visual. So like any content we create, we are putting into the knowledge base. So this becomes like a in-depth smart articles where you can where it can read what the content is in the video and what all the texts are. And whenever you ask particular questions, it pulls directly from the knowledge base. And if you don't have something in your knowledge base, then it pulls from the internet. But if you have, for example, how to split and merge walls as a company practice, and it's part of your database, what it does is that if you ask, how do I merge these walls? And it says, at integrated BIM, this is how I do it. So you have to do this, and this. If you don't have anything in integrated BIM, we don't specify any particular workflows on how to do it yet. But here is a best practice, and then it pulls information from the web. So, however, those articles are being created by our team as well. So we work with many firms creating their databases, and these are created in a way that every time there's a troubleshooting, there's an issue, there is a ticket, there is we create a kind of a detailed video, like diagrams, text. It takes a little longer, of course, than just solving the issue, but then this article can help like tens or hundreds of other users. So that's the goal. So if we solve the issue, tomorrow if another architect or another engineer or another designer asks the same question, we have to repeat it. We have to repeat this process. So once you have the knowledge base established, this will have a huge impact on decreasing the onboarding time, because all the main questions will be there. It could be like standards, methods, and procedures are there. The how-tos are there, know-hows are there, and anything that we missed, we are adding continuously. Then at that point, the more experienced senior people who are in the firm, they're only tackling or answering the more complex questions, which makes sense because those complex questions might be very subjective, and there might not be definite kind of a and B options. It might be like thousands of options depending on how it can be inclined, because there are sometimes more, it could be like more kind of complex, like especially called compliance. Not everything is black and white. So that's why it might be more complex, and those can go easily to the senior team. But all the kind of that has black and white and some level of in between can be established in the database to be eliminated from repeating it. So these people can literally focus on being more productive, both on the senior team, both who are onboarding in the organization. So here is one example of the chatbot. If you didn't see this video, so you can ask, for example, in the chatbot to list all the areas, and then once you listed all the areas and the rooms, it will list all the areas and the rooms in the particular project. And then we can also go further on asking the information, the warnings, and it can also extract those. So what measures do you take to deliver faster? So I would like to understand more. What are you doing on your side, on your end, to able to deliver things faster? Do you have any methods, or do you develop any automations to deliver faster? Anyone from audience? Okay. So I'm not sure if we are having a few seconds delay. Let me just give a few more seconds. Scripts, we are using few customized plugins. Okay, customized plugins. I see that Rekunj is they're doing some customized plugins. Very good. Templates, presets, view. Yep. Improving the performance of Revit. Definitely. Correct. So in order to use R.AI into its most potential, what we are doing is we are focusing on improving the model quality. So our number one goal is how can we get the Revit usage to the next level? So how can we make better templates? How can we make more automation natively in Revit without involving any additional scripts or Dynamo or coding? How can we maximize the Revit use on its own? That's the number one goal, because we need to achieve this, because in Revit you can do so many things that people didn't even discover that can do a lot of automations. And the next thing that what we are trying to do is, after this, is how can we build on top of that automations? So the things that takes a lot of time, a lot of repeat tasks, how can we build on top of it in order to create some automations? So, and then the R.AI works together with those automations. So what it does is that those automations embedded right in the R.AI, and you can literally by text command those automations. And of course, all the other benefits is also all the other benefits that I mentioned till now is involved, but you can also combine it with all the other tools that you are going to use or are using in your firm at this point. So here is, for example, one example that what we do. So you can take loads of, for example, you can get room criteria, you can extract some rooms, and you can literally create sheets, room criteria sheets from those rooms by automating the process. So if you select what kind of template you're looking for, you mention all the details, and then you can just click create sheets, and it will create the sheets and involve all the smart tags right in these sheets. So you will have all the data involved in this process. Of course, in this case, we have a checklist, so it might be that with this thing it might be switched off. So I don't know in this test how much is being decided, like in the setup being pulled right now. But we can have a smart tag saying it can take all the finishes, it can take the library elements inside the room, and it can create all the tag information on the selected rooms. And you can also combine the rooms if you have grouped rooms, and it will be giving you 2D, it will give you all the tag data, and it will give you the 3D of the room right away. And this is further can be combined, like what we are doing is that we are combining this further with database, where this database allows you to pull those data that previously done, the projects that you have done previously, to be pulled easily into your new projects, so you don't have to repeat the same things again and again. What measures do you take to maintain the model health from? So most probably you have some methods and procedures to do this, but these are, you have to take a lot of action. So you need to take, in order to eliminate, for example, number of warnings, in order to reduce the file size, you need to take a lot of action, right? So you need to work on those. While R.AI, the goal of R.AI is not to do it periodically, but being next to you at all times, informing you what you did is just increase the file size by XYZ megabytes. So this is too much. Are you sure you didn't do something wrong? So it just keeps you posted, saying that you might have done something wrong, just in case. So I'm also wondering how many of you have been using or trying AI and BIM automation tools. Specifically AI. Let me see some chat messages if there are anyone. Okay, so the goal here is that also how do you automate certain how do you automate how to create family like libraries that are excellent. So in order to create those excellent libraries, what we are trying to do is that we want to make sure that the components are very kind of smart. So the families are really lightweight and fast and functional, and we want to make sure those components are really easy to use. So having said that, once you have those functional families, you can adapt a lot of information in those families. When I say a lot of information, here are a few examples. So if you can add egress information, so you can add like code compliance data, so you can check in and out certain checkboxes to have different rules on the code compliance to adapt to the different needs. So you can do different checkboxes to eliminate some, like for example, accessibility, or to adapt to the accessibility. So it's not only about making those parametric, but how do you make it to work with functions or more complex additional schedules like code compliance? How do you merge both? So in a way that whenever you move forward with your project, those, like whatever you adjust in the family is actually amending your code. So I hear some I have tried but haven't had a lot of time. This is Vaporift and Recurrence. We are looking in the data. We are looking for a data or query manager AI. Excellent. So this is another like the point here is that when you have a library that's very smart, you can actually do a lot of next level elements. So if the library is giving you a lot of functionalities and lightweight, and you add additional level of data on top of it, even without any AI and without any automations, you can do so much with so many like productivity elements. So like, as I said, like code compliance. I will just show you a few examples. Oops, I went away from the presentation. It makes me to click. So the code compliance, I just want to explain a little bit about the code compliance because I mentioned a few times. So how do we make this code compliance work efficiently? So if you, for example, have, again, the goal here is not to automate everything 100%, because if you automate everything 100%, we'll be out of business. So, but in the goal is here that nothing can be automated 100%. There will be always human touch to it. That makes us different from the obvious artificial intelligence. So, but the goal is how can we use the tools and automations and artificial intelligence on our side, to be on our side and to make us more productive. So, for example, if I want to do code compliance, if I want to make any design changes and I want to get the results right away, why to run through it some tools or some data in order to get those results? How can I make it live? So if I change a few things right away, how can I make those things that they apply and change right away? So the capacity changes, the information changes, everything changes as soon as I change them in real time. How do I get, like different visualizations in a matter of seconds? And what are the best practices that I use in order to get those? So all those elements like code compliance, space planning, visual render generation, anything that do with AI has the same concept behind it. It uses some centralized machine learning, and then it has also that it pulls the data from the internet. But the main point here is that what the distinguishes R.AI from them is that we are trying to give the information real time. So whenever you do work, you do adjust things, R.AI is all the time next to you. So our company, apart from doing like helping you with R.AI and so like those tools, we also identify all the other tools that are like the best tools in the internet that works with generative design, that works with AI. We are testing all the tools, and we are consulting your company in a way to implement the best way to implement all those tools, and for example bring everything to Revit. At the end of the day, you don't want to have interoperability issues, so not to have like to have some massing in some other software, but you're not able to pull those information in Revit. So we are trying to understand what are the goals of your company, what are you trying to achieve, and bring the best tools to you. Apart from R.AI, we are also helping on consulting all the other tools that are best in the industry that focuses on solving the problems that you're having. So this was today's session as a first workshop. We are looking forward to having you on board with a 1 hour free brainstorming session. So this is a special session that we provide to all the attendees on today's seminar. You can click on the link in the video description, and we will be posting a link in the chat shortly for you to also be able to click on this in order to sign up for a 1 hour brainstorming session. In this brainstorming session, what we do is we focus on your firm's needs. So what your firm is looking for, what are the issues you're having, how to improve those issues. So we do brainstorming session and we make a plan how to achieve those and what do you need to achieve those. We also help you, we also provide you the first 5 people who will be joining this session. We'll be also giving a free AI cheat sheet book. So this is kind of going to be a bonus from our end. And we also will give you some other additional perks and benefits to the people who are joining to this brainstorming session. So this session is absolutely for free. We would like to literally dive deeper and see how R.AI and all other services we provide can adapt to your and fit into your company, and also focus what do you need as a company in order to get to the next level. So let's see if anyone is joining. We had the notification directly on the website. So if there are any questions in the meantime, we are happy to answer that. I'm looking in the chat right now. If you have any questions, feel free to list those in the chat, please. So Rikonj is writing, one of the solutions we are looking for is a real-time query manager to the users on site, using real-time data extraction from IFC and answer queries in terms of sort of chatbots. Exactly, that's what also R.AI is doing. The goal of the R.AI is to ask questions about the model, and IFC models also work with it. So in order to extract data, so for example, it could be also just create schedule or extract some data. It could be like as simple as someone joined from Canada, Architect Jasper. That's great. So is R.AI a plugin from you? Yes, that's correct. It's the R.AI is developed by our side. We also have a very good access to all the best plugins because we do a lot of testing, the plugins and the solutions, all in all, like that's available today. But R.AI specifically is developed by us, and we also help you developing the knowledge base as well. Thank you, Ronald. I will take for a few more minutes if there are any other questions. Okay, Nick from the States. One more person. No, it doesn't slow down the model. That's one of the things we pay attention. It actually works in parallel on the back end, so it's very lightweight. The only thing you might say, it doesn't slow down the model, but if you ask it to do some actions, of course, Revit has to perform those actions. For example, you say, make a schedule, it may take a few seconds to do those schedules. Or if you ask for some tasks to do, it can take a bit time depending on how Revit is performing, how fast your computer is. But on the other side, helping you real time, extracting data from the knowledge base, asking questions, extracting data, it just works parallel to Revit. So it doesn't interrupt your Revit workflow. Okay, from Australia, Christopher. Okay. That was it from our side. Thank you very much, everyone. If you have any questions, again, feel free to send us an email. I highly recommend you booking a consultation with us so we can focus 1 hour specifically on your firm's need, so your problems, where it will be more fruitful. Because in this kind of seminars, we have to give you a little bit more generic information in order to be able to focus on your specific needs. We will be looking forward to those consultation sessions. And the link is in the chat and in the description. The ebook will be given if you are attending into the consultation sessions. So whoever is attending the consultation session, the first 5 people I was saying in the beginning, but we will just do a favor. All the people who are attending consultation session from today's seminar will receive the AI cheat sheet book. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, and looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.